We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies.
And you're very welcome along here to Smithborough, to the home of Erogue GFC for this afternoon's Lidl Ladies National Football League Division 2 encounter. Monaghan taking on Roscommon. A basement battle between these two. St Patrick's Day has come and gone. The evenings are brightening up and the time change in a couple of weeks and Easter just around the corner. And of course that always means it's championship time not so far away. Well, championship has come early for both these teams because it is a must-win encounter for both of them. Victory for Monaghan would see Roscommon relegated back to Division 3 after just a very short stay after being promoted last year. It would be straight back down for the Roscommon girls, but they know if they can record their first victory of 2023, they could well send Monaghan to Division 3 this year. So it is a must-win game for both teams this afternoon. And joining me on commentary will be Niamh Kinlan. I'll get a word with Niamh very shortly on this big encounter between these two teams, but I'll run through the two teams, beginning with the home side, Monaghan first, who have made 4 changes from that side that you would have seen listed and announced during the week. Alana O'Donoghue has been replaced in the nets by Orna Kelly wearing number 16. The full back line then is Maeve Monaghan, Jennifer Duffy and Shona Brady. Half back line is Amy Hamill, and coming in at number 6 wearing number 19 will be Aoife Bournes and Anya Lockman making up the half back line. The midfield pairing, number 8 Jodie McQuillan is replaced by Rosemary Courtney, and she will be partnered by the team captain Marion Atkinson. Half forward line of Amy Garland, Leanne Maguire and number 24 Lauren Garland comes in for Michaela McCabe. Full forward line then is Emma Clerkin, Chloe McBride and Shauna Coyle. There will be a number of positional changes. We will tell you those once the throw in ball, but we do expect Emma Clerkin to move back into the corner back position, Jennifer Duffy to move to the middle of the park, but there will be other changes as well. Roscommon, as I said, looking for their first win of 2023, but you look at their results, they've been very, very unlucky, and they could well be very much safe at this stage had things gone their way. A couple of 2-point defeats, and the last day out against Cavan, just a single point separated them in the end. They line out with Helena Cummins in goals. Full back line of Anya McGrath, Rachel Fitzmaurice and Saoirse Wynne. Half back line of Ellen Irwin, Lisa O'Rourke and Roisin Wynne. The midfield pairing is Ruth Cox and Kiva Craig. Half forward line, the Danger Woman, Laura Fleming, and she will be partnered in the half forward line by wearing number 18 Ashley Shanahan and wearing number 21 Louise Brady coming into the half forward line. And the full forward line then is Aisling Hanley, Aisling Feely and Niamh Feeney, and a man in the middle is Declan Carlin from the county of Armagh, and he will be the man in charge. Niamh, a huge game, there's no doubt about it. We talk championships not too far away, but this is really the beginning of the championship for these two teams because it's a must win. Defeat for Roscommon, they're gone to Division 3. Defeat for Monaghan, and it probably will see them going to Division 3, although there is still a round of fixtures to come, but it would be the head-to-head that would send them down against Roscommon if they don't win their last games.
That's right, Alan, exactly that. It really is championship football in the middle of March or Paddy's weekend. We know it's quite unusual, but really it is. It's do or die for these two teams. As you said, Roscommon have been unlucky in the last couple of games. 1 point defeats, and then equally we have to look at Monaghan too. 1 point defeats to Cavan. The Tipperary game went away towards the end, but the Cavan game prior to that was only a 1 point defeat and maybe a chance at the end to get a result, and maybe they wouldn't be under so much pressure today. But it's a young side, the Monaghan team. We've talked about it a lot. They're a young side. They're trying to find their feet for the last couple of games. The management team, that's their second year involved, so it is going to be a big match in the home. It's a home match for them too, which I suppose we were looking around. As we look around, Alan, unfortunately, not a big crowd here today.
I think they're all in Clonus.
That's the problem, yeah. We just spoke of that off air. It is, 10 kilometres over the road. The Monaghan men are playing Tyrone in a big match as well, and a must-do match as well. So it is a pity that there couldn't be some arrangement that these teams, the two games could be seen by all supporters. But anyway, that's out of our hands, unfortunately.
It is. I'm looking at Monaghan, and the problem that jumps out at me is the lack of scoring. The 1-1 game this year against Tyrone, that day they hit 112, 13 scores. I'm looking at the other games. They hit 7 scores against Laois, they hit 4 scores against Armagh, 8 scores against Cavan, 7 scores against Tipperary. Straight away, that's what jumps out at me, is why Monaghan are probably where they are.
That's it, and that's probably what we spoke in the last game. We did co-com together, Alan, against Tipperary. That was the thing. We felt defensively they were quite good, but when the ball went up forward, it was where the breakdown was. It wasn't really a target person. Now we can see Leanne Maguire's back in today. Leanne was unavailable that weekend, and she's back in today, and I mean she's definitely a target person. She's from Maraclune, my own club too, and can definitely get scores when the ball is given to her early. But so she is kind of more of a target, and maybe with the Garlands maybe to play off that, and Chloe McBride as well. So I hope the Monaghan have the scoring boots with them today, and as I said, it's been drizzling rain all morning, but the pitch is in perfect condition as we look out here, and there's no wind really much talking about. I don't think it's going to have a big effect on the match. So it's really it's all to play for, as we said.
It is all to play for. It's winner takes all, really. Roscommon must win to take it to the last weekend in Division 2 of the Little Ladies National Football League. Both these teams, of course, will be operating in the Intermediate Championship later on in the year, but as we mentioned, this is really a championship feel about this one. Monaghan in their blue jerseys with the white sleeves. Roscommon, of course, playing in their usual colours, as they will be playing, as we look out, from left to right, so they will be defending the town end goals. As anyone that doesn't know where Smithborough is, it's midway between Clonus and Monaghan town. I'm sure you've drove through it and maybe just not seen it. A small little village, but the club here in Arrogue, the pitch looking absolutely fantastic as always here. The hard working staff as we're underway here in Arrogue in this crucial game for both of these sides. And Monaghan giving possession away early stages. Roscommon with the first free. As I said, very unlucky in a number of games already this year. Neve touched on as well. Monaghan too had a narrow defeat at the hands of Cavan. So both of these teams losing out by a single point and probably find themselves not where they wanted to be coming into the penultimate weekend of the National League, as Roscommon come forward looking for the opening score, and the effort coming in, but this one's going to drop short and it's going to drop over the head of the Monaghan defender and out and wide. And of course, speaking of Roscommon, they've been dead to blow this week, of course, with the news that Jenny Higgins will be going down under to play AFL. Although she hasn't been involved this year, she was making herself unavailable throughout the National League, but I suppose they were hoping that she would be playing come the championship, Neve. But she's one of a number of players that have now decided to try the waters down under.
Yeah, that seems to be, it's unfortunate, and we're going to see more and more of it as well. And Jenny Higgins, a great stalwart for Roscommon for so many years, and I think she played her 100th match at some stage in the league last year, and a real stalwart, and obviously played a match just coming back from, came back early for a honeymoon for a championship match as well. So you can see the commitment she's given, and as he said, she didn't make herself available for the league this year, but I'm sure Roscommon were hoping for a boost over back for the championship.
When you play 100 games, you owe your county nothing, really.
Absolutely, that's so true.
But here is Monaghan with a chance. The foul on Lauren Garland there as she ran through, but the chance here now for the opening score, and it is between the posts, and I think that could well be
McBride, yeah.
Chloe McBride, the full forward, and a rogue girl.
That's right. She's playing on her home pitch, is right. But yeah, that's a good start, and I mean you can see that already. Lauren Garland, is going to cause trouble there if she runs at the defence. All they can do very little, only to foul her.
Yeah, as you said, the last game we done against Tipperary, the Garland sisters were very much to the fore for Monaghan, and Lauren trying to get back there at the Roscommon Gert. In possession now is Lisa O'Rourke. There's it back out here now. A chance for Aisling Hanley. Hanley with a beautiful score. That's a super point from Hanley. That's a wonderful score to level it up.
Yeah, that's a brilliant score. And Aisling Hanley, we've seen her do. I have her. You mentioned her as well in calling out the team as well, Alan. She's really a player to watch, and if she gets a ball in any kind of space at all, she can pop it over like that.
So Monaghan electing to go short with their kick out so far, and they're coming forward again. And that's a good ball in here. A chance for to come forward. That one's not the best of balls into Chloe McBride, or not Chloe McBride, apologies, Leanne Maguire it was on this occasion. Poor pass inside, and the referee, although Roscommon will be a bit disappointed, maybe that the referee didn't play the advantage there.
Yeah, that's true.
But they have the free, and they're up looking for Hanley again, wearing that scrum hat, something we saw yesterday very much in the Aviva, not something we expected maybe to see here in Erog this afternoon. But Hanley jinxing her way through, trying to get through the Monaghan defence, and that's a good dangerous pass inside, but the Monaghan defence have dealt with that one very well, and they come out with it. Good defending again from Monaghan, but that is something we have said that has been one of their strengths all year, Neve, has been the defence, but it's the other end unfortunately where they have to try and move the ball quicker to get up the front. But they're coming forward now with Atkinson, the team captain, driving forward here. She tries to get away, and the referee's whistle sounds a foul there on Atkinson from rushing win, so it's a free in. And they want to see more of Murian Atkinson. I know we spoke the last day, she's still a young player, but she's the experienced player of this team.
That's it, Alan, and captain as well. And you do, and I mean, she's got such strength, and if she can run directly at defences, all they can do is pull her down and foul her. So that's what she needs to do more of.
Jennifer Duffy spreads the ball away over to the far side to Rosemary Courtney, of course, from that famous club, Donamoyne. Coming forward is Courtney, but runs into kind of a cul-de-sac and may have just got away with too many steps there, but she has got away with it. And here's Jennifer Duffy, who had forced off in that Tipperary game. She was having a very good first half, gets it back out here to Leanne Maguire, and then she just gets enough on it, and Maguire opens her account and puts Monaghan back 2-1 in front.
Yeah, that was a good score, and I mean, patient kind of build up too. I see there's a Monaghan player down injured. I just can't see who it is, Alan, there. But yeah, really good score from Leanne Maguire, and Leanne is a real confidence player, and that'll get her confidence up straight away. I've just seen, we talked about position changes, but you know, it's been common enough. Jennifer Duffy started midfield in most games. I see Emma Clerkin wearing 15 is obviously picking up. It goes back as a corner back, so she's picking up Aisling Hanley. She's given the job of the marking job on Aisling Hanley. Seems to be Chloe McBride that's down over there, Alan. Just see she's standing up again, so she looks like she's okay.
Receiving treatment in the corner, and as Niamh said, she is okay. She's running away from the physio, so that's a good sign. As Roscommon come forward, looking at the flags on the far side. Any wind we do have, although it is very light, will be favouring the Rossies in this opening half. Referee plays the advantage here as Roscommon come forward. Advantage over now. The number 6 up there, which is Lisa O'Rourke, seems to be operating in around the square, full forward. But here they come now, Roscommon. And it's a dangerous ball in here, and the referee's whistle sounds. That's going to be a free in, a foul there on Laura Fleming. And the two players that Monaghan defence will have the hands full will be Aisling Hanley and Laura Fleming. Will be the two players they will have pinpointed and marked out before throw in, Niamh.
That's right, yeah, and I think it maybe is Maeve Monaghan that's gotten the job of marking Laura Fleming. It's just hard to see at the moment because, as we've seen, and it's the common knowledge now in watching football now, Alan, is, you know, teams are so defensive, and Roscommon are quite defensive too when Monaghan go forward. You know, there's Roscommon players put their head down and just head back, and Monaghan are very defensive, like, you know, really only keep 3 up front at any stage.
So Laura Fleming levels it up here. Interesting way of kicking the free, kind of starts more facing her own goals than the goals she is shooting into, but by the time she gets around and hits her shot, she is in the position of facing the goals, and that knockdown there, but who's quickest to react? The Roscommon hand gets to it, and it's broken in here now to Fleming. Fleming gathers possession, plays it inside, and the roving rushing win in possession now, but it's back out again to Fleming. Fleming tries to jinx her way through. She got away with a lot of steps there, I felt, but it's back out here, and the effort comes in, and has it got the legs to go over? It has the legs, but not the direction. And it's a wide, the first wide of the game for Roscommon. Remains 2 points apiece, coming up on 7 minutes gone. And both teams know the importance of it. And that's a good kick out over to the far side. And Monaghan coming driving forward here, and the girl that caught my eye the last day was Amy Hamill, but Hamill's distribution is poor. And it's picked up in there by Anya McGrath. And Roscommon have it back yet again. And they're coming out with Roisin Wynn. Roisin, seen a lot of the ball in the early stages, plays it inside. Kiva Craig into the corner, and player left unmarked there, and that's the number 6, Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke's going to have a go, but it's a cute angle, and it's across the front of the post and wide, and probably not the right idea, Niamh, from that angle. No,
and she had actually allowed, maybe she didn't realise, but she had much more time on the ball there, Alan, and she could have taken it in a little bit and made her angle a little bit better, especially for a right-footed kicker from that side. It was going to be a difficult kick all day, so it's great. It went wide on the wrong side.
Another superb kick out from Kelly to pick out Rosemary Courtney way over on the far side. Courtney coming forward, but Roscommon getting the bodies back quickly there. Chloe McBride comes very, very deep, waits for the support to come. And this one over here, but it's over the head of Aoife Burns, and it's well read by Ellen Irwin. And they're moving it quick again up here to Louise Brady in possession for the Rossies. Inside to Kiva Craig. Craig is pulled back, and there's going to be a free in to Roscommon. But again, Monaghan, the kick outs has been brilliant to pick out a player, but the distribution into the forwards end has been disappointing. That's a dangerous one, and that's a wonderful kick, Niamh.
Serious kick, yeah. And I actually thought the way you just said it was dangerous, Alan, I really didn't think it was going to just pop over Orna's head there. It just looked like there was a lot of power in it as well. But a really good score. But yeah, Monaghan just seems to be just the last pass. As you said, Orna's kickouts have been brilliant. I've found a Monaghan player at every, like I'd say she's got a 100% record at the moment in her kickouts. But it just seems to be that transition again to the forwards that where the breakdown is.
There's 3 points to 2 to Roscommon. That point coming from the full forward Aisling Feely, although she's not operating at full forward, but a superb kick. So maybe the wind, looking at the flags, looks strong enough, but so maybe it is with that kick we saw from Feely. But here comes Monaghan now with Emma Clerkin. Clerkin way is blocked, has to give it back. Does so to Shona Brady. And Brady just slows it down here. Leanne Maguire. There's a point to her name already, and Rosemary Courtney comes to meet her in Gall's possession, and then suddenly just heads straight to goal, and that's a good one into the corner to Lauren Garland, but couldn't take it first time, could Garland, but she jinxed past the Roscommon marker, and Chloe McBride's coming, and Chloe swings it on to the left foot and levels it up here.
A good score again, Alan. That's her second. And I mean, we mentioned it's been her home pitch, so she's obviously really used to kicking into those goals, or kicking home, as they say, so she knows the other home goals. But really good work there by Lauren Garland. To get the ball, and you could see Chloe made the run from distance, and it was given to her in time. So,
just over the head of Murren Atkinson, picked up again by Roisin Wynn. Roisin goes on the run again, but tracking her every part of the way is Murren Atkinson, but Roisin holds her off into Hanley. Hanley does well just to get out in front of our player. Gathers possession, looks ahead of herself, dropping it in, and it's a good one in there too. And Lisa O'Rourke again. O'Rourke spins away from the challenge. Now out here, and that's Laura Fleming. Fleming turns very well. That's a super point from Fleming. Had very little space, but just turned on a sixpence and popped it over the bar.
That's so true, Alan. And she just, that's how much we need to get, our Monaghan need to get tighter on her, because she, any bit of space, and the same with Aisling Hanley, any little bit of space at all, and they're fit to swing it over the bar. 7
scores in 11 minutes. Both teams know the importance, and both of them going for it. 4 points to 3 in favour of Roscommon. Free to Monaghan in the middle of the park. And it's taken there quickly by Anya Lockman. Seems to be operating at centre half back. That's a good one into Leanne Maguire. Shrugs away from the challenge, and coming from deep then is Maeve Monaghan. Monaghan, another local girl from Smithborough. She gives it now to Lauren Garland, but Garland's been pushed away from the goals. Spreads it away over to this side here to Murren Atkinson. Tries to jinx past the player. She does so, but then she runs into another wall of jerseys. Rossi's been getting everybody back behind the ball. 12 of them back at the moment inside their own 45. So Monaghan trying to prize an opening. Amy Garland, and that's a good little pass into Rosemary Courtney. It's Courtney been pulled back. Referee says no, it doesn't matter anyway, because Rosemary, under severe pressure, has found a way to level it up. It's a lively game, Niamh.
It sure is, Alan, and that was really good work by Rosemary Courtney. I think she was involved in the starting from the kick out from Orna as well, involved in the beginning of that move. But her movement to give it to Amy Garland and then run off the shoulder, and she had very little space, and she just nipped it over the bar. So a really good score, and that's Monaghan's third score from play.
So 4 points apiece. Just over 12 minutes gone in this Little Ladies National Football League. Coming to you live from Errogue here in Smithborough in County Monaghan, in this basement battle of Division 2. This big game for both of these sides. Roscommon know if they don't get the victory this afternoon, if they come out on the wrong end, they will be heading back to Division 3. Making the run up along the wing is Ruth Cox, but her way is blocked by Chloe McBride, and Cox is very close to the sideline. Out over the sideline, might have got a helping hand on Chloe McBride, but the linesman says it's going to be a line ball to Monaghan. It looked like she was pushed out.
Just a friendly wee nudge there, Alan, I think. But that was good work by Chloe McBride, because that's what the forwards need to be doing when the ball's in their possession. It needs everyone working, so that was really good work by her.
She's still about 5 yards inside the line there to Myrne Atkinson, but she did find Amy Garland jinxing her way forward. Low delivery and looking for the twin sister Lauren, who did very well and was in there, but that's a good strong challenge coming in. Some referees might have blew it, but Declan Carlin says it was a fair challenge from Ellen Irwin. And Roscommon and the Monaghan forwards trying to put them under pressure, but this is a good strong run here now from the midfielder Kiva Craig. Craig's ball in there, but it's well read by Maeve Monaghan, getting out in front. Both defences very solid, and that's a good delivery over to Leanne Maguire. And coming from deep then is Rosemary Courtney again, where she's very, very dangerous. And Rosemary taking on the Roscommon defence, but that's good defending over there from Saoirse Wynn. Very good defending from Saoirse Wynn, but there to help her out is Jennifer Duffy, who had the hands down. But good defending in the meantime from the cornerback Saoirse Wynn.
I think she was a little bit over enthusiastic there, Alan. You know, she obviously turned the ball over from Rosie Courtney, but you know, she put the boot in then on Jennifer, and it was good bravery by Jennifer. I was going to call her Jennifer Dunn there. Yeah. Jennifer Duffy, you know, to get her hands down on the ball and cause the free.
So Rosemary Courtney with the free is going to play it backwards.
Still going back.
Yeah, something Niamh doesn't like to see. But here they've held possession. Now it's back to Rosemary, but Rosemary's going to have to bend down, and that'll give it the chance for us coming again. Referee plays the advantage. Chloe McBride in possession. Coming to meet her is Myrne Atkinson. Atkinson trying to go between 2-3 players. She does so, but her effort is half blocked down. And Roscommon have possession back yet again. And then work their way out here into space, looking for the run of Hanley, but it's going to be close to the sideline. But Hanley does there. Gets there ahead of Emma Clerkin. Hanley looks a lively player indeed, and Hanley finds herself a little bit of space, and the Monaghan player slips, and this gives a chance here now for the centre half back up operating around the forward line is Lisa O'Rourke. Gathers possession. O'Rourke had an effort from here across the front of the goals earlier on, and she plays it in here now to Laura Fleming. Was she fouled? Referee says no. Gives it back out again to O'Rourke. O'Rourke and Roscommon now. Monaghan with their turn to get the bodies in behind the ball. And pushed away out as Louise Brady with the outside of the boot spreads it away over to the far side, and she'll not be thanked for that by Roisin Wynn, because she has to run about 10 yards away back to gather possession. But Roisin has possession, plays it inside, and player left on mark there, which was the pros and strike again, this time from Laura Fleming, is out to the wrong side, but similar to the one she popped over a little while ago.
Yeah, and you see the power she gets behind her shots, Alan. Like, really, if they go on target at all, you wouldn't know where they could end up. But good defending there by Monaghan too. And I mean, you know, Roscommon are very patient in the build up each time as well.
So midway through the opening half, 4 points apiece in this big clash here. Coming to you live from Erog in Smithborough, and Chloe McBride on her home patch plays a beautiful pass inside now to Lauren Garland. Garland shows the ball and jinx pass, pulled back. Referee given the advantage. No advantages at court, so this is going to be a free in. But what a tricky customer she is, and they'll have a job marking her.
They do, and Alan, you can just see when Monaghan moved the ball fast at that through the foot how beneficial it is. And I mean, that was really good work by Chloe McBride. Lauren came out in front, won the ball, and I mean, as you said, a lovely bit of Messi, be proud of a bit of a jinx, you know, a dummy solo, and you know, caused drew the foul, and you know, now Monaghan have another opportunity to go a point up, or an opportunity to go a point up.
Chance for your own club gear. Leanne Maguire, who missed that game we done together the last time up there in Maharatloon against Tipperary, but Leanne back for Monaghan this afternoon, and a chance here for her second point of the day and to edge Monaghan in front. She does her usual pose that I'm sure she does many times in training, but this one, it looked like it was going to come in, and then all of a sudden it went the other way, and that's Monaghan's first wide, and Leanne will be bitterly disappointed with that one.
She will, Alan, yeah, because you know, it's on the right side for her, like for a right foot kicker and everything. It just as you said, when it left the foot, it looked like it was going over, but just edged out. So
that kick out will be disappointment for the Roscommon management. Lena Cummins' effort straight out over the far sideline, and Monaghan have possession back again with Jennifer Duffy. Plays it back here now to Chloe McBride, who has come deep to gather possession. Chloe uses the simple pass inside to Anya Lockman. Lockman, toe to hand, looks for somebody to make the movement, and is over to the far side, and that movement comes from Amy Garland. Now into Chloe McBride. 2 points to her name already. Gets it onto the left foot, trying to force it a little bit, but it doesn't matter. That's a super point from McBride, her third of the day, and she's enjoying it playing here on the home pitch.
Yeah, and she was so right to take that shot on, Alan, because she had the space, and Roscommon kind of backed off her, and that's how you kill the blanket defence, is to start shooting from distance.
That's well read there by Shauna Coyle, apologies. Now to Rosemary Courtney, back to Jennifer Duffy, spreads it into the centre now to the team captain Murren Atkinson, taking on her player again, leaving her as if she wasn't there. Jinx past another one, having a go herself, but it doesn't have the legs, into the waiting arms of Alina Cummins. Cummins soloing out, looks for the runner, and the runner comes here down in front of us from Laura Fleming, but she may not keep this one in play. She does very well to keep it in play. Got the hand down and just stopped it from crossing the line. In now, looking for Hanley. Hanley bends her back, gathers possession up ahead of Emma Clerkin. Hanley trying to get away from Clerkin. Clerkin getting back at her though, but Hanley holds possession. Lays it back out here now to Rachel Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice coming across field. Plays it back to Louise Brady. Little simple pass in, and Laura Fleming's going to have a go here. That's another superb point right behind it from it. Left her boot. Laura Fleming, she's a special talent, and she's levelled it up.
She really is, and it just looks like, Alan, it's going to be a shootout between Laura Fleming and Chloe McBride at the moment. Both have 3 scores each, or 3 points each, but that was a super score, and you could just see how dangerous she is. Give her any little bit of space and she can shoot from distance.
Another brilliant kick out from Kelly to pick out Murren Atkinson. Now it's away across now to Leanne Maguire. Maguire taking on her player, Maguire getting away from her, and the referee plays the advantage, but Maguire's still going, and why not? She has the advantage, and she's fouled again, closer to the goal on this occasion. So this is an opportunity for Chloe McBride, as Niamh mentioned, has 3 points to her name already. Opened the scoring with a free, and has since added 2 from play, and this is an opportunity for the local girl to put Monaghan back in front again. And you did mention it, Niamh, it's moving the ball quicker.
Yeah, definitely. You can see that when Monaghan, they really get change out of it when they move the ball faster, and that's another super score from Chloe. That's really top class free kick in there, and scores she's taken her as her 4th in the match. But yeah, you can see every time Monaghan move the ball forward, and through the boot particularly, they're getting scores, or there's something coming off, they look dangerous.
So 6-5 to Monaghan. 21st minute of the opening half. We expected this one to be a good encounter because both of them know how the importance of it. That's away over to the far side. Going after it is Feely. Aisling Feely hit a superb point already. Fancies a second one and hits that one. Another superb score from Feely. And we're back on level terms again.
And it's funny, Alan, as I watched her, I just looked at number 14 and seen she'd scored a point. And Monaghan totally backed off her. They give her maybe 10 yards of space to kick it. So, she has to be watched, and when she gets it, get on her boot straight away.
Monaghan messed that one up. There was 2 of them, but Hanley, in fairness to her, done very well. And then a very fancy pick up from Hanley. Plays it in there. It's just over the head, but the referee will go back for the free. One of them left it to the other. I think Murren Atkinson tried to hold off Hanley instead of attacking and going for the ball herself.
Yeah, that's it. And that's probably the first kick out Monaghan have actually lost there now, but it was a bit of a mess. They shouldn't have lost it. 2v1, and it should have been a Monaghan ball all day.
But in fairness to Hanley, she battled and won it, and won a free for Roscommon, who come forward looking to get their noses in front, and the girl in possession now can do that very well. Laura Fleming, she looks like she's pulled back. Referee says she is. That's going to be a free in, and a chance here for Fleming from the free, although she might leave it down, which she does so.
I think it's
the
Feely's going to take
Feely.
it, yeah.
2 fantastic scores from play. They were both from her right foot.
I'm just looking at that. Yeah, I was just going to say that. She's pretty sure she scored the points with her right.
She's going to fancy this one with the left. And why not? Right from it, left her boot.
That's top class, Alan. And sometimes the lower divisions can be, not appreciated enough by everyone watches the Division 1 games, but that's top class score on her 3rd point, but 2 with her right and 1 with her left. That's a skill we don't see as often now, and it's brilliant to see.
We have been treated to some fantastic football from both of these sides already this afternoon. We've only had 22 minutes, so that's a good thing. We've plenty more to go in this one. 7-6 to Roscommon in a game they must win. Amy Garland in possession, plays it into the corner looking for the twin. The twin gathers it. That's Lauren trying to work her way through, but she's away in the corner. She's had an awful lot of work to do, but she's pushed to the ground, wins herself a free, and wins her team a free, and a chance for Chloe McBride to level it up again, and the twins combining.
That's right, yeah. And I mean, we talked at the last game we did, Alan, too, about the telepathy between them, but you can really see that. But, you know, Lauren is so dangerous. She's a real, she is a target person, but I suppose she's getting the ball out on the wings, which, you know, you like to see her getting maybe more in front of the goals. But here, if she can win frees and you have Chloe McBride, you can get scores at that, then, you know, it looks very promising for Monaghan at the moment.
Point number 5 for McBride. 2 from play, 3 from frees, and the sides are level again at 7 points apiece. 23 minutes gone. And this is only March, but so far, football of the highest quality so far, and Hanley has really lit it up here as well. In possession at the moment. Coming forward here is Hanley. Hanley trying to go around the long way, but in fairness to Clerkin, she's getting back at her and helped out there by Atkinson, but has picked up the loose ball by Kiva Craig inside, but it's not the best of balls, and it was into traffic, and Monaghan come out of it, and now Monaghan will try and move it quickly with Aoife Burns. Chloe McBride is back there, plays it inside. It wasn't the best of passes to Jennifer Duffy, and Roscommon got a hand in there and they've turned it over. Now Hanley has got a bit of space here for the Rossies with the outside of the boot into the corner, looking for the run there again of the centre back Lisa O'Rourke. O'Rourke has it, but she's tracked out there. Tracking her is Shona Brady, and she drops possession, but she has time to pick it up again. Has O'Rourke back out now to the midfielder Craig with the, tried for a point, I think, but it's away over to the corner, and it's read by Amy Garland, but Garland under pressure over there and fouled, and Monaghan getting away with one there. It looked like there was a good movement, but Chloe McBride's elected pass was not the best to Jennifer Duffy when they were breaking forward.
No, it definitely wasn't, Alan. I think if she'd looked up, I know, it was 2v1 on Lauren Garland, but I think you'd give the odds that Lauren could win that if it was kicked into space, and Monaghan could have followed up. So it just wasn't the best option there, definitely not.
Monaghan breaking quickly. That's a poor pass inside, and that's not one that Garland wanted, but she's not going to give up, and she's racing after this one. Can she keep it in play? No, it's good defending over there. Who did it come off last? The umpires
are unsure,
have not decided. They're not sure who it has come off, and it's going to leave it up to the referee to make this decision, I think. So who did it come off? Did it come off Garland or did it come off Aisling Shanahan? Well, surely the referee can't make the decision. He was out on the 45. The umpire has to make the decision here.
Right, he's saying wide.
And wide ball it is.
Easy option, I think.
Yeah, I think so. If in doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in fairness, defenders don't always get the call sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The referee, Jennifer Duffy, slides in there, but I think that's going to be a free to Roscommon because Jennifer left. She didn't go in on her feet, at least the Roscommon girl did. Jennifer kind of slid in. So Louise Brady coming forward here for Roscommon, 7 points apiece, as you will see. And coming forward now, a chance here for Fleming. Fleming tracked by Maeve Monaghan, but Fleming let this one drop out of her hands. And Monaghan beginning to get a lot of bodies around Fleming when she gets the ball, Niamh.
Yeah, and that's something that we've talked, Alan, that they need to do, really get on her foot when she gets on the ball. So, yeah, they're getting bodies back. Before this, there was bodies back, but maybe they weren't just getting in and giving too much space. So, they've certainly, I wouldn't say they've completely stopped the threat, because she's still a fabulous footballer and she needs lots of watching. So
Atkinson, low delivery, that's the one Garland wants, out in front of her player again, uses the soccer skills, and Garland trying to take on her marker, and shrugs off the challenge as well, and Atkinson comes for the return. Atkinson possibly shouldn't have tried the shot, but the referee says she was fouled, so it's going to be a free in to Monaghan yet again. And we talked about that's what we want to see Murren doing more of. There was a good delivery into Garland and was on to take the return, wins a free in. And now the question is, what has Leanne learned from her last free?
Yeah, it's almost a carbon copy of it, Alan. I think it's in almost the same place again. Yeah, so. But yeah, really good work by Lauren. I mean, she's so fast and she's really strong. She's deceivingly strong. Or hardy. I don't know what way you can describe her, but she's so good at balls, even that she should be only 70-30. She's winning them. So she's really, if Monaghan can keep giving the ball into her, she can.
See that the right hamstring is strapped up for Lauren. Hopefully it's not too bad. And Leanne has done the exact same again, has she?
Yeah, she has.
The far post again. Another disappointing effort from Leanne, goes out and wide. Of course, the last game we were at, Ashley Maloney had nearly the whole leg strapped, both legs,
right.
the last day, but she played on. The Tipperary girl.
Watching too much rugby, I think.
And Murren gets a hand to it, but can only deflect it out over the sideline. The stand side here, and that's going to be a sideline ball here now to Roisin Wynn. Roisin plays it into the centre. Monaghan just caught napping there. And Roscommon play it well. Ruth Cox in possession now for Roscommon. Fist into the corner. Almost waiting on it was Lisa O'Rourke, but she gathers possession. Does Lisa. Lisa plays it back out here now to Louise Brady. Louise tries to find support, and she gets it with Kiva Craig. Craig waits for the support to come from deep, and that comes from Ellen Irwin. Inside now to Fleming again. Fleming's going to have a go here, and why not from Fleming? That's another superb point from Laura Fleming. 4 for Fleming.
Just when we thought, Alan, that maybe Monaghan had sort of curtailed her threat, and maybe getting a bit closer to her to give her that space again, and you can just see when she gets the space, she's just winding up to take the shot, so Monaghan's going to have to get really on her toe now when she gets on possession again.
That's a poor pass across the field, but it works out for them, but it wasn't the best of options by Monaghan, but maybe Monaghan gets it now to Shona Brady. Over to Rosemary Courtney, trying to dart up the far side. Waits for Monaghan to come from deep, and she does so. Monaghan flicks it forward to plays the 1-2 with Chloe McBride. Probably waited for Chloe to come back around, and Chloe didn't come back around, and it gives the opportunity there for Saoirse Wynn to gather possession for Roscommon, who lead by a single point, looking to stretch that lead before the break, but a good strong hand in there by the Monaghan girl, and the referee says that she fouled the Roscommon girl, so it's going to be a free in, the foul on Lisa O'Rourke, and this is an opportunity for Fleming, who has 4 points to her name already, 3 from play, 1 from a free, and this is a chance. It would be a superb kick, but you wouldn't rule out the quality and talent of this Laura Fleming to pop this one over and put Roscommon 2 in front, as we're inside the final minute of normal time and what has been a very entertaining opening half of football. Fleming, no, this one hasn't got the legs. She was forcing it, and it was a wee bit outside her range, so maybe it was one where you would have expected Aisling Feely to maybe have a go at. It's easy saying that, I suppose, after it, but
definitely so, Alan.
Another brilliant kick out.
Brilliant kick out, and Eve Burns
Roscommon
is
have been
completely completely on her own there.
Roscommon have been caught out. They've been pushing up on the Monaghan kick out, and then Monaghan have gone long, so they have been fit to mix it, Monaghan, but again Monaghan give possession away very cheaply, and Roscommon turn them over and come forward again, and it's a strong run here coming from Roscommon, and in behind again is Fleming. Fleming's going to have a go here, but this one she's pulled across the front of the goals and wide, so she is human.
Yeah, she sure is. But I suppose she was kind of stretched, Alan. I think she was, in fairness to Monaghan, we're trying to push her out, but she was trying to sort of force it back in across the goal. So second wide, and I suppose in quick succession from Laura.
I like Orna Kelly, I really do. She can mix it. She can go long, she can go short. She's a very good goalkeeper.
She really is, and I had the pleasure of coaching her from at under 14 and the 16 level, and a pleasure to coach as well, Alan. But a really good keeper and a real star for the future.
Coming forward now is Leanne Maguire, but she snapped at that one. She had more time than she possibly could have thought she had, and it goes to the wrong side and wide, and the referee's whistle sounds as what been a very, very entertaining opening half of football here in Arrow, but it's advantage Roscommon by the narrowest of margins. Roscommon 8 points, Monaghan 7 points. They were level on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 occasions in that opening half, Niamh. There's nothing between them, but Roscommon just edged it.
Just edged it now, Alan, and maybe they obviously had 2 chances just before that, and Monaghan just had a chance there to equalise it from Leanne Maguire. But yeah, really entertaining, as we said. First 15 scores in the first 30 minutes of the match, and end to end stuff, Alan, and as we said, some top quality scores as well as really, really good kickouts, and we were particularly mentioned Orna Kelly in the kickouts as well, and some really good fielding. So it takes it out. It looks up. It's setting it up, shall I say, for a really good second half.
You did talk, I suppose, people that don't go to ladies' matches, watch them on the TVs and stuff. They're seeing Division 1 teams, but the quality goes right down.
Really does, and that is the thing, and not to be hitting batting one off the other, but Dublin, St Patrick's Day of Dublin v Donegal ladies, and it was a terrible game of football. And I mean, whatever's going on in Donegal, I know this is not the time to talk, but I mean, no score in the first 30 minutes of match, and we're sitting here a Division 2 match, 15 scores in the first 30 minutes. So there is top quality games, and even I would have over the years there, the last couple of years, watched Division 3 and Division 4 games as well, and the top quality players there as well. So.
Like you look at players like Laura Fleming, Chloe McBride out there in that first half, like if that was in Division 1, you would be talking about those two players, and they have so much quality.
That's the thing, exactly. And I mean, I suppose Chloe McBride is only, I mean, I suppose we've heard of Laura and that before, but Monaghan obviously have not been at the forefront of, in finals or in big occasions over the last couple of years. And players like Chloe and the Garlands have apparently been with Dunamine, obviously the Garlands, but they're not seen at county level because of that. So yeah, top quality players, and I mean, and really good scores. And I'm really looking forward to the second half. If we can get something similar to this and like the same, we're really in for an entertaining second half, as we said.
Exactly, Niamh. Well, don't go anywhere. You'll have more from Niamh and myself in the second half. A very entertaining opening half. So the second half is anything to go by. Don't miss it. It's a big one. It's Championship football, although it is National Football League, because if Roscommon don't win, they're going to be relegated. Well, a draw would keep them alive to next week, but if they lose, Roscommon would be down. Monaghan would be surviving. Defeat for Monaghan would put them on the verge of slipping into Division 3. It's a big second half for both of these sides. Half time, Monaghan 7 points, Roscommon 8 points.
We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.
welcome back to Arrogue here, Gaelic grounds in Smithborough, the home of Arrogue, as Monaghan face Roscommon in this massive, huge Division 2 Little Ladies National Football League encounter. Roscommon, after a wonderful, entertaining opening half of football, lead by 8 points to 7 in a game where they know a victory would give them a huge lifeline of staying in Division 2 and put Monaghan on the verge of relegation with one round of fixtures to go, because if both of them lost the last 8 it would come down then to the head-to-head against them. So Roscommon know this is huge for them, while Monaghan know if they can come out with victory, Roscommon would be relegated back to Division 3. Declan Carlin getting ready to get this second half underway, and Niamh Kinlan with me. If we see as much entertainment in the first half, we'll be pretty happy.
We definitely will, Alan. Yeah, and Monaghan have first attack coming from Monaghan.
Yes, they are indeed. Leanne Maguire lays it off quickly there to Muireann Atkinson. Aoife Burns, Monaghan passing it through the hands, but they're not making much headway at the moment. They might get a bit of space here. The effort coming in, but this one is going to the wrong side and wide of the target. And the effort coming in from Shauna Coyle, the first wide of the second half and the first attempt of the second half for Monaghan.
Yeah, I think Shauna had a little bit more time there, Alan. Maybe she hastily kicked that, like it was kind of stretching it. She was a wee bit out of her comfort zone or out of her distance, I think so.
Cummins' effort, clearance is straight out to Amy Garland into her sister Lauren, and Lauren had loads of time there, more time than she thought she had, and it's a second wide for Monaghan, and they'll be disappointed not to be back on at least a level terms at this stage.
Definitely so, and I mean, I suppose that whatever was spoken half time, Monaghan want to come out and make a good start in the second half, and they've done that with 2 attacks, but 2 wides is disappointing. So
Roscommon have won this one though. Kiva Craig to Louise Brady, put under pressure there. Monaghan, or coming out with it then, is Niamh Feeney. Niamh coming up the far side for Roscommon, plays it into the corner looking for Lisa O'Rourke, gathers possession, does O'Rourke out the back door to Hanley, who had a very good opening half. Hanley inside again to Feeney. Niamh Feeney turns away from the opposition, finds herself a little bit of space, and then launches this one in, looking for O'Rourke, but the hand comes out there. O'Rourke does well to keep it in play though, and tries to jinx her way through, and the referee watches carefully, and he's going to blow for overcarrying. Good defending. Monaghan got around Lisa O'Rourke and give her nowhere to go, and she could only overcarry. Yeah,
that was really good, and I mean, you can see maybe Roscommon are thinking of a different game plan for this half and lamping a couple of high balls in top Lisa O'Rourke, because she's got good hands, but really Monaghan really snuffed it out very quickly there and caused her to overcarry it.
So Rosemary Courtney takes the ball from the goalkeeper, and now back in possession again on the far side. In the centre of the park, plays it inside to Lockman. Lockman had the options there to give it to Jennifer Duffy. She does now. Duffy, little dinky ball in looking for Garland. Garland started behind her player but does very well. Turns away and lays it off now. A chance for Aoife Burns, but Aoife just slowed down and come back. And the ball in. I thought she was going for a score there, but she was looking for Chloe McBride, who is muscled out of that one and is picked up there by Roisin Wynn. Roisin flicks it forward, and Roscommon have possession back yet again. Plays it in now to Louise Brady. Brady spreads it over here now, and the full back coming, which is Rachel Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice has space in front of her, and then she just tracks back. And the whole possession just slips through the hands though, and that gives the chance for Muireann Atkinson to pick up the loose ball. Now Lockman into the centre to Leanne Maguire. Maguire sidesteps the challenge, gathers possession, coming like a steam train then is Jennifer Duffy. Duffy comes forward, but that's not the ball that Lauren Garland wanted, but I think Lauren was fouled there. Yes, she was. I thought she was pushed, and no call for it, because she was never going to get possession, but it's a cheap free, and that'll disappointment the Roscommon management, I'm sure, to give away a free in a position like that.
Yeah, in a very scoreable position, but again, Lauren Garland, that was no type of ball really to give into her, and she did well to get something out of it, but again, Monaghan, that's 2 attacks Roscommon have had, and Monaghan have done really well to overturn it, but they really need to get a score on the board now to try and settle themselves for the second half.
So a chance for Lauren Garland to level it up here in Arrogue, as she comes forward with the effort across the front of the goals. It's a third wide of the second half for Monaghan, and what is a crucial game, chances like that cannot go a begging, Niamh. No,
really not, Alan, and Monaghan needs something quickly now to get settled. They have 3 attacks and 3 wides now, and they're they really need to get a score, and sort of because you can feel Roscommon's they're building something.
Roisin Wynn used her speed there to gather possession. A wonderful block. Anya Lockman didn't work out for her though. It was picked up by Louise Brady. Louise with the outside of the boot across to Roisin Wynn again. Tracked by Rosemary Courtney, but Wynn holds off the challenge. The whistle sounds, free in. And Roisin Wynn, the number 7, is a real handful with a lot of pace and a lot of skill, and wins herself and her team a free in here and a chance for Laura Fleming. And if you're a betting man or woman, you'd put your house on this one.
You definitely would, Alan. Yeah, 100%. But you mentioned Roisin Wynn there. She was involved in that, from turning that ball over from the kick out as well. Like, so she's really very strong and great at going forward. So she's.
And Fleming makes no mistake at all.
And that's the first time we've had a 2-point difference in the teams now, Alan, in this match.
He's right. 9 points to 7. Roscommon lead. Maeve Monaghan gathers possession on the stand side, but she tried to solo out. She's been turned over there, and she's given a free away. And Roscommon putting on the pressure now as they try to take a strong hold on this encounter. As Niamh said, for the first time, a team has moved 2 points clear, and it's Roscommon that have done so. Ellen Irwin back out here now to Kiva Craig, who spreads it over here to Ruth Cox in space. Ruth lays it into the corner, just passing it through the hands. Roisin Wynn again tries to jinx her way through and does so. Not sure how she passed the ball, but it managed to get to Laura Fleming, and the referee's whistle sounds again. And it's a free in to Roscommon.
Murren Atkinson could be in trouble here, Alan, as well.
It's looking like it. He's calling over the Monaghan captain, and this would be a big blow if she's sent to the sin bin. And I think, Niamh, it's looking like Monaghan are losing their captain to the sin bin.
Yeah,
they are.
Yeah, I don't know what he saw, but as soon as he blew the whistle, he pointed at her for to come, and she even, her gesture even showed that she knew there was something, that she was going to get a card over it. Like, so that's a big blow to Monaghan now, Alan. What are we, 6 minutes in? We've kicked 3 wides, and now we're down to 14 players, and Roscommon have gone 2 up. So, and with the potential of going 3 up now. They've
moved Chloe McBride to the centre of the park. They've made a change as well. Aoife Burns is going off.
Jodie McQuillan.
And Jodie McQuillan, a talented player as well, has come in for Monaghan. But a chance here for Roscommon to move 3 clear. Aisling Feely with the opportunity. And Feely doesn't pull that one around, and that's a missed opportunity for the Rossies.
Yeah, it's a bit similar to Leanne Maguire's freeze in the first half, Alan. Yeah, she it just didn't put it round enough, as you said, and went wide on the right side of the post. Like, but I see Roscommon are making a change too. But Monaghan's going to be really under pressure now. You know what I mean? It's going to be they've left themselves an uphill battle now at this stage, and to lose their captain and Murren Atkinson this stage of the match, and it'll just be interesting to see how much Roscommon can capitalise with the extra player.
So Orna Kelly with the kick out, under pressure here as Roscommon push up on this one, but it's out here. Laura Fleming managed to get a hand to it, but did very well. Monaghan hold possession. It was Amy Hamill to Leanne Maguire, who's picked up a knock off the ball, but will follow play as Chloe McBride drives forward here for Monaghan. 2 points between the sides. Over now to Amy Garland. Garland jinks inside the challenge. Garland forces that one, but it drops short into the keeper's hands, and it comes off the keeper out over for a 45, with thanks again to Lauren Garland putting the keeper under the pressure and forcing the error and forcing the mistake that keeps Monaghan in the ascendancy, looking to get back into this game. Down to 14 players, but a worry for Monaghan with their captain sent to the sin bin, Murren Atkinson. They now have Leanne Maguire stretched out on the park, receiving treatment.
I think she looks like she maybe got a bit of a dead leg, but I don't think it's too bad. I'd say she's sitting up again, so I'd say she'll be okay, Alan. But yeah, this is going to be 45 going backwards. God, you're going to be sick of me giving on about this, but God,
Jodie McQuillan lays it off to Rosemary Courtney. Courtney trying to jinx her way through, and the referee says it's a free in. Leanne Maguire back up on her feet. The magic spray has done the works, and a chance here for Monaghan. And if this one goes back, I don't know what Niamh will say.
No, well, I think Jodie looks like she's going to line up to try and get this score, and as we've said before, a very good free taker. But you can see when Monaghan run at the attack It's going
Oh,
short
comes back
the
off the
post.
crossbar. And who's the quickest to react? This the Roscommon cornerback, Anya McGrath. Another chance goes a begging for Monaghan, 3 wides in the second half, and they've just rattled the crossbar there. And Roscommon still lead by 2 points as they come forward with Kiva Craig. Kiva Craig still hold possession. This is a great run from Craig, and she's found space, plays it forward now. And a chance here for a substitute that has come on is Aoife Gavin, but Monaghan have turned it over, have they? No, Roscommon have it back with Hanley, and she's won themselves a free in. Persistence by the forward line of Roscommon, and they've won themselves a free in. Hanley, and they have made that change as well, as I said. Aoife Gavin is in for Roscommon. Could have well been made at half time. Not sure who was the player that has gone off, but this is a chance for Roscommon to move 3 points clear. Aisling Feely with the opportunity in what is a must-win game for the Roscommon girls to keep their hopes alive of staying in Division 2. As she comes forward, but this one has gone between the posts, and they are 3 points clear, and that's a 4th point of the day for Aisling Feely.
Yeah, you can just see, Alan, it's terror how it can change, and
Oh, 3
almost
points clear. Sorry.
a point different, a point, almost a chance of a score for Jodie McQuillan. Hits the crossbar, Monaghan were slow to react, and the quick transition from Roscommon, and they're gone 3 up now, so this is very worrying for Monaghan now.
They are in Roscommon with the tails up at the moment. Monaghan struggling now to get possession from their own kickouts at the moment, and they're coming forward, and here's Roisin Wynn. Wynn trying to cut on to the left foot, gives it back out here to Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice, a little dinky pass in, but nobody read it. Only Maeve Monaghan. He lays it back to her goalkeeper, and Monaghan need to get the ball up the other end of the field. Roscommon leading by 3, and Rosemary Courtney comes deep yet again to gather possession. Lays it back to Jennifer Duffy, and Monaghan, I suppose it's damage limitations until Muireann Atkinson gets back on the field. They don't want to be too far behind when she comes back out. If anything, they want to be very much in touch and distance, or back on level terms even, would be better for them. But they're coming forward, and Roscommon putting them under pressure. They sense that this is the moment that they can take control of the game, with Monaghan down to 14 players. And that ball forward looking for McQuillan, lets it over her head, but it's well read by the Roscommon girl, and Roscommon have it back again. And you can see the urgency, Niamh, about Roscommon now. With Monaghan down to 14, they sense this is the moment.
Yeah, and I think it looks like Niamh Feeney just seems to be that extra player, Alan, and she's just sitting back in the pocket, and that sort of broke that attack up there, and is bursting up the field as well. So yeah, they feel that definitely the tails is up. The Roscommon.
And Hanley done very well to win that one back, and she's cutting in. She fists it over the bar. A superb point from Hanley. Not something we see too much of in ladies' games, from the cute angles to do the right option and fist it over.
That's the thing, and I mean, she's only young. I think she's only 18. I think Aisling Hanley, and such a young head on or was it an old head on young shoulders, and to know that she was, her kick was probably going to be blocked down if she'd gone for it, and she took the right option and fisted over the bar, and that put Roscommon into a 4-point lead.
A couple of Monaghan players down, one receiving treatment, the other one stretching at the moment. And the one stretching was the number 15, Shauna Coyle. I'm not sure who's down on the far side, Niamh.
I think is it Jennifer Duffy, I think, Alan?
It'll do Monaghan no harm, because Roscommon with the head of steam at the moment. 4 points in front, and 4 points in a game that has been so evenly matched is a big, big lead.
It is, yeah, it really is, and it's just, what are we, 12 minutes into the second, almost 13 minutes in, Alan, and those couple of wides from Monaghan, and Roscommon have capitalised on it. And I didn't just take a note of when Muireann Atkinson was sin binned and how long she's left. Have you got
7th minute, so she's about 6 done, I think, at the moment.
So that if Monaghan can sort of just sort of hold the tide now at this stage until we get back up to 15 v15, or maybe even get another couple of scores ideally.
Well, they've had their chances, Monaghan. They've had 3 wides in the second half, scoreable opportunities, and they've also had a free come back off the crossbar. Amy Hamill in possession now to Jennifer Duffy, but Roisin Wynn sticking to her like glue. Lays it off now to Rosemary Courtney. Courtney coming forward here, and Courtney's been pulled back. Referee plays the advantage. Courtney, it's a shot for nothing from Courtney, and why not? It's a point, but had she missed, it would have been gone back. But it's a big, big score for Monaghan. It's a big one for Rosemary Courtney. Monaghan back within 3. Courtney's second of the afternoon coming with 14 minutes gone in the second half. As Cummins kick out way over to the far side. She's going long on this occasion. Hanley gathers possession for Roscommon. And Rossi's coming forward yet again, Kiva Craig. But Monaghan, I'm not sure how the Roscommon girl ended up on the ground when the ball came in, but Monaghan, if there was a free, have got away with it. And Monaghan have possession. It gives the chance there for Sean O'Brady to gather possession. Monaghan have it back again as Roscommon retreat at the moment. And here comes Monaghan with Maeve Monaghan in possession. Maeve toe to hand. Plays it out here and gathered by Chloe McBride. Excellent in the first half, but very far from goals at the moment. But the run comes from Rosemary Courtney, right at the feet of Rosemary though. But she does well to gather possession. Tries to get up and get away from the marker. Chloe McBride is there to help her. Looks out on the far side. Plays it just in a little bit behind Hamill. Now here's a good move from Monaghan, an opportunity. But it's a disappointing finish. Everything up to the finish was good, apart from the finish. And it's another chance gone a-begging for Kieran Kearns, this Monaghan side, who trailed by 3, Niamh.
Yeah, and that's the fourth wide the second half, Alan, and one off the crossbar. And I think Emma Clark, and it was a really good move, you said, and they really were patient, and it's true that they used it through the hands, but Emma Clarkin's opted, her shot just went wide, so maybe she was a wee bit hasty in the shot.
Amy Garland gathers possession, wins a free, taken quickly into the centre. And Rosemary Courtney under pressure by 2 players, and Rosemary coming more into the game from Monaghan, comes forward, lays it off, an opportunity here for Jodie McQuillan. McQuillan plays it inside to Amy Leanne Maguire, and Maguire's effort goes to the wrong side and wide, and every opportunity going a-begging for Monaghan at the moment. They're finding the chances, but they're not making them pay.
Yeah, well, I suppose that's the positive thing, Alan, is that they're getting the chances, they're creating the chances, but it's just not working out for them. So I suppose if they can keep the press on, as we said, there's still 5 or 6 minutes left on Murren Atkinson's shot, or sorry, Murren Atkinson's sin bin.
But this is a good move again, but the elected pass again, the wrong option by Monaghan. And they're cutting open Roscommon, but they're not making it pay. The Roscommon goal at the moment. Payne has to come forward, and Fleming is hauled to the ground right in front of the Roscommon bench. But Monaghan again, just the wrong option at the wrong time. And there's plenty of time, Niamh. There's still 13 and a half minutes. So they don't need to be panicking and looking at goals.
No, that's it. And I mean, again, they're, as you said, creating those chances, but it's just the wrong option, or a wee bit, it's, maybe panicked when they get in front of goals. Like, and Leanne Maguire shot before that. That's what 5 wides in the second half. And they've all just been shots that didn't need to happen. And that last one from Jennifer just kind of Duffy broke down.
Here come Roscommon, looking for the win that would give them hope of staying in Division 2 for another year. Monaghan getting the bodies back in defence. Remember, they're down to 14 players, but their captain Murren Atkinson getting ready to come back into the fray, but it's in through to Hanley. Hanley's effort drops short into the hands of the goalkeeper. Missed opportunity. Now out to Rosemary Courtney as Monaghan try to lift the siege here in Smithborough, but Roscommon making them work their way out of defence. Jennifer Duffy spreads it away over to the far side. 2 players over there. One of them gathers possession. Now it's in the hands of Amy Hamill. Hamill coming forward here for Monaghan. Waits for support. It comes on the far side from Shauna Coyle. And a spread away over here now for Anya Lockman. Lockman gathers possession, but she's straight away put under pressure. Gets it to Rosemary Courtney. Courtney, the solo let Courtney down and gifts possession back to Roscommon. And Fitzmaurice says thank you very much as she drives forward here and leaves Courtney on the ground. Fitzmaurice driving forward here for Roscommon and then stops, gives it inside, but the bodies is coming forward to help her out. Ruth Cox, but Ruth couldn't take it first time. As we look across, and Murren Atkinson still on the sideline waiting to come in, as Roscommon look to put 4 between the sides. Roisin Wynn down, wins a free, pushing the backs as the referee. And this is an opportunity for Laura Fleming to put 4 points between the sides as Murren Atkinson returns to the field for Monaghan. Possession given away again, cheaply.
That's it, and I think Rosie Courtney was in 2 minds there, Alan. I think she was thinking about a solo and thinking about passing it into Chloe McBride, and unfortunately neither happened, and she just soloed it almost straight into the Roscommon player's hands. But like you just mentioned Rachel Fitzmaurice there, her drives from deep, Alan, have been immense, and I mean she's so fast. She can carry the ball at speed, but she knows only one way and one direction. And, you know, when Roscommon get into that scoring zone, you just fear that Monaghan's going to give away a free because Roscommon's able to draw the free. And, you know, this is, as you said, another opportunity for Laura Fleming.
So Fleming with the opportunity.
I think it's Jennifer Dunn that's down there.
6 points Fleming has already. This would be her 7. She's been so good at them. And she's making no mistake with this one either. 8 points for Fleming. And that's a 4-point game again. (12-8). Just the 1 point in the second half for Monaghan. It's not as if they hadn't their chances. They've had plenty, but they haven't made it count. They've had 5 wides, they've hit the crossbar. And now they need to find something big inside the last 10 minutes. Otherwise, it would be out of their hands to stay in Division 2. They would have to beat Westmeath next week and hope Roscommon wouldn't beat Laois. And here comes Maeve Monaghan. Monaghan lays it off to Leanne Maguire, who has had not her shooting boots with her this afternoon. And that's another wide for Monaghan. That's 6 wides in the second half. They had 3 in the first half. And Leanne, I think, has left her shooting boots in Mahertlin.
Unfortunately, Alan, yes. You know, as I said, she's such a confidence player, and she scored the first point, and I thought we were going to have, you know, because she really is a super shooter, and she can kick with right or left foot as well, but just hasn't worked out for her. And them couple of frees she missed before in the first half, I think, is probably has, you know, made her maybe not has the confidence in she's still taking the shots, but just it's not working out for her at the moment.
Just not. There's be days like that, unfortunately, where things just do not go for you. But still, she's a player that will only take a sniff and she would be in again. As Monaghan keep driving forward here, they still believe they're in this game. Back to 15 players, of course. Myrna Atkinson, the team captain, who was Sinbin, comes driving forward here, lays it out the side door there to Emma Clerk, and back now to Anya Lockman. But Roscommon have got the bodies back, every single player back now. They have that 4-point advantage to hold on to. Jodie McQuillan is going to launch this one in, but it's straight down the throat of the Roscommon gear, and now Roscommon can move so quickly and drive the ball coming out of defence again. The bodies pile forward for Roscommon. They know they're edging towards the first win of the year, and it's the biggest win of all because it may well just be enough to keep them there. And Hanley in possession, lays it inside now to Feely. Feely under pressure though, the angle's getting tighter for Feely. Monaghan tried to get the bodies around, but Feely managed to get there for the way. If that goes over the bar, that is not. No, it's gone to the wrong side. I was going to say if it went over the bar, that would be an unbelievable score.
Yeah, it really was, and it's still not now confirmed now. Looks like the umpire on the left seems to be pointing as if he thought it looked like it went over, and the guy on the near side, on the nearest to the where she kicked it from. So there's a bit of a discussion going on.
We have to wait to see. Is he marking it down?
Well, he didn't put the flag up yet.
He hasn't
Still.
put the flag up. Yep, it is a point. What a score!
Super score, and in such a, as you said, the angle was narrow, and she had very little space even to get a kick to the ball, and she did a super score, and that's Aisling Feeney.
Yep.
So 5th point of the match.
5th point, and puts 5 between them as the rain comes down here now in Arogue, and the questions have been asked of this Monaghan side. Can they respond? Can they keep their hopes alive? They've made a change. Breach McNally is in to the Monaghan side, and going off is Leanne Maguire as Orna Kelly gets ready to kick this one out. And McNally makes the run. Kelly tries to pick her out. McNally does well to win it. Looks to get support. Gets it from Atkinson with the inside of the boot forward. Another change for Monaghan. They've also introduced Michaela McCabe. As Monaghan, you would feel, may need a goal at this stage, as they try to prize an opening in what has been a Roscommon defence now that is getting solider. And Atkinson trying to lead the way, and that is a beautiful score from Atkinson. The team captain trying to lead by example. It's back to a 4-point game, but time running out. 6 minutes of normal time remain. Roscommon in a game they must win are leading by 4.
Yeah, the rain is really pouring down now, Alan, which makes the conditions really slippy. Like, we were admiring how great the pitch is in, and it is still in brilliant condition, but it's going to leave it very slippy now for the last 6 or 7 minutes with this rain.
A long kick out, but a hand from Emma Kelly wins it for Monaghan. As they come forward again, Roscommon trying to hold what they have at the moment. It's a dangerous thing to do. But they've been doing it solidly so far in this second half, as Atkinson plays it across here now to Rosemary Courtney. Courtney, toe to hand, waits for support. She gets it from McNally into Lockman. Lockman over the head of the Roscommon girl to Rosemary Courtney, using her pace. Courtney tries to jinx away from another one. She does so, and the referee says her arm was pulled. It's a free in. It's another big kick for Jodie McQuillan. And if anything's to go by the last one, the Monaghan forwards need to be alert if this comes back.
I was just thinking the exact same. I'm just looking to see does Chloe McBride and Michaela McCabe and Lauren Garland go in around the square there, just to see that if it does drop short.
McQuillan has plenty of height, but there's no worry about the distance on this one. That's a super point from Jodie McQuillan. And suddenly it's a 3-point game again. 2 in a row for Monaghan. Jodie's first since been introduced as a sub with the free, and Monaghan move on to 10 points. As Cummins with a kick out goes long. The ball broken down, but it's only broken down to Roscommon Gert, and picking it up is Aoife Gavin. But it's in there, and Monaghan get a hand in to turn it over yet again. As Chloe McBride comes deep to Maeve Monaghan coming forward. Monaghan put under severe pressure and is fouled. Did well, did Maeve Monaghan. And she'll throw the ball back to Chloe McBride. But I'm looking in around the square, there's just one Monaghan player.
Yeah, and about 6 Roscommon players on.
So they're not going to go long. They're going to have to try and work something here. Mirren Atkinson. We're inside the last 5 minutes of normal time. Roscommon leading by 3, keeping their hopes alive. As Monaghan come forward, and the kick comes in, and she looks happy with it. There's Amy Garland, and she punches the air with delight. And suddenly, it's a 2-point game.
That was a great score from Amy. I think that's her first in the match, Alan, too. But, you know, she just, again, it's similar to we've seen Roscommon get a few scores from that kind of area in the first half, too, Alan. But a really good score, and a 2-point game now, Alan, into the last 5 minutes. So it's going to be
a short kick out this time. Yep, it's all to play for.
It's all to play for now, is right.
Roscommon will try to work their way out of defence, but Monaghan putting them under pressure. They're driving up on them, and they may well try and turn this one over, but Roscommon are very comfortable. Over here to Roisin Wynne, put under pressure though by Breeds McNally. Now they've found a little bit of space for Kiva Craig. Craig though is put under pressure. She turns around, and it was just blue jerseys, but she managed to give it back to Fitzmaurice. Fitzmaurice inside, and Roscommon do very well to hold possession here as Monaghan try to turn this one over, and they're pushing and putting their bodies in there, and Chloe McBride can feel very aggrieved and unlucky. Yeah, but they've given it away straight to Rosemary Courtney, and Roscommon are trying to hang on to what is a very dangerous lead, a 2-point game. Rosemary Courtney coming forward, but Monaghan had all the bodies back in defence. Gives it over now to Amy Garland, going round the outside again as Courtney back to Garland again. Garland looks to get support, and she's hauled to the ground, and the referee may be having a strong word here, and I think we could see Lisa O'Rourke getting a yellow card, and Roscommon could be down to 14 players for the last 3 minutes, Niamh.
Yeah, I don't think there was any major malice in it, to be honest, Alan. It's just the way she tried to tackle it. But
it looked very untidy.
Yeah, I think it looked a lot worse than it was, but certainly, yeah, she's gone. Oh God, I think was that red he just showed her?
No, it's yellow, I think. I think it was yellow.
Okay, maybe the red card is at the back of it, isn't it? I can just see red from here.
He flashed yellow. So, a sin bin for Roscommon with 2.5 minutes remaining and only a 2-point lead. 13 points to 11 in this big, crucial Lidl Ladies National Football League Division 2 encounter. A big, big kick here for Jodie McQuillan. This would put one between them. She comes forward, she watches, and she watches it sail between the posts, does Jodie McQuillan. It's 4 in a row for Monaghan. And suddenly it's a 1-point game, and we've 2 minutes of normal time remaining, and Monaghan pushing right up on this kick out from Helena Cummins.
And as
Monaghan have found something, Niamh.
Yeah, they have, and we look back, the only player inside the other half of the field, Alan, is Orna Kelly, the goalkeeper. Roscommon have pushed everyone up behind the ball. That's
a wonderful kick out though, to pick out Hanley on the far side, but has she gone out over the far sideline? The linesman says yes, but it's a push, and the free is taken quickly. A chance here for Gavin. Gavin coming forward now for Roscommon, but she left the ball behind her, and it's give Monaghan the chance, and they've turned it over yet again. Chloe McBride in space here. This game has been outstanding from start to finish, and Monaghan are not dead yet. They're and fighting for their lives to stay in Division 2. So too are Roscommon. Amy Hamill in possession now. Looks to get support. Gets it from Jodie McQuillan. Gets the roar from the crowd over here in the stand to give it over to Maeve Monaghan. Uses every part of her body to keep that one from bouncing away from her. Gives it to Breege McNally. Goes for the return, does Monaghan. Monaghan does so, and she's pulled to the ground. And the referee has given the free in, although we have seen some decisions already this year that free could have been given the other way too, Niamh.
Could have, yeah, that's right, Alan. And when he actually blew the whistle, I wasn't sure which way he was going to put his hand, but yeah.
They play the 1-2. Anya Lockman coming forward here, plays it inside, and a chance now for Monaghan to try to find the space. Jodie McQuillan snapped at that one, and it's just gone to the wrong side, and it's wide number 7 in the second half. It remains a 1 point game, 30 seconds of normal time plus whatever additional we're going to have. Roscommon 13 points. They've been on the wrong end of narrow defeats, has Roscommon. But are they going to get this vital win that would keep their hopes alive? Cummins with a kick out. That's a wonderful kick out, and it's picked up by Laura Fleming, and she will run down the clock because she got a very hefty challenge into the chest, or into the ribs more. So this will just run down vital seconds for Roscommon as they hold on to a 1 point lead, Niamh. Are they going to hang on?
Yeah, like, I mean, you can see, Alan, the last 4 or 5 scores coming from Monaghan, and their tails are up. It's just, just that last pass, that last option Monaghan have taken. I mean, Jodie McQuillan, we've seen her score 2 fabulous points from distance, from frees, and then just that last shot there, maybe there was a better option, or she just, as you said, snapped at it, and it went unfortunately the wrong side of the post. And now we're against the clock now, Alan, to try and get something out of this.
A win for Roscommon will take us into the last weekend. But possession has been given away, but that's good play from the Roscommon girl, but she's given away a free, a foul on Michaela McCabe, and Monaghan trying to move it quickly. They know they need to get something here. And now coming forward is Rosemary Courtney. Courtney plays it behind her player though, but she's picked up there by Shauna Coyle to Jodie McQuillan. In now to Chloe McBride, right into the corner, but Amy Garland has to chase after this one. Can she win the race? She can do. She gathers possession. She's going to ground over on the far side, and it's a free in, but it's a very, very acute angle. A foul on Amy Garland. We've played a minute of additional time. A chance for Jodie McQuillan to tie it up here. Or will she look for the short option, Niamh? Or will she have a go? She looks like a girl that has the confidence to go.
To have a go. She does look like that, surely, Adam, but it's a very cute out. It's just on the 13-metre line, I'd say.
Big kick for the Castle Blaney girl. But that's a super point from Jodie McQuillan. What a score from the Castle Blaney girl. She's hit 3 out of the last 5.
Really, really brilliant score. And now Monaghan, I don't know, the referee looks like he could be blowing it up. He's looking at his watch.
We've played 32 minutes. The sides are level. And the referee says that is that. We're going to the last weekend, but Monaghan have given themselves an absolute lifeline of staying in Division 2. Roscommon are still there, but they're going to have to beat Laois next weekend and hope that Monaghan will slip up against Westmeath. It would go down to scoring difference then if Monaghan lost to Westmeath and Roscommon beat Laois. And I'm not sure where the scoring difference is, but I would feel, given where the games Monaghan had a very, very heavy defeat to Laois, that the scoring difference would probably favour Roscommon if it does come down to that. But both teams are still alive. It's going to the last weekend. But what a game of football. And I suppose when you look back on it, Niamh, it looked like Roscommon had it in the second half when they pulled away. But credit to Monaghan.
Yeah,
they found something.
And I mean, that's something that we've seen in this team, and it just, results hasn't worked out for them at times. But they showed massive heart to go down to 14 players, kick those early wides right after half-time, 3 in a row almost from the throw-in. Then lose Murren, and then for Roscommon to go 3, then 4, then for the first time 2 up, and then 3, then 4, and then go to 5, and then all of a sudden Monaghan just started playing. I think I really feel like Jodie obviously with the freeze, but I really think Rosemary Courtney really came into her own. We didn't see enough of Rosie in the first half, but she really started to drive the team on and draw a freeze and then sort of really lift them on inside, and that had been a massive difference. And it's just unfortunate 7-8 wides in that second half, which is the route to regret them, but it's great to get something out of this, and it's badly needed.
Jodie McQuillan, I suppose we've seen her last year for Castle Blaney, but that last kick, like for a young player like that to even take it on.
Yeah.
because it wasn't easy.
It wasn't. It really wasn't, Alan. And the pressure of it as well, knowing what, do you know how much, and I suppose she'd missed the one just before that from play. And I mean, I'm sure her head was, you could say your head would be down after that shot and maybe not have the confidence. But she went straight over. We were discussing whether she'd go short, and she was straight away going to have this shot. And it was a super, super score, as you said, from a really acute angle. And, it's really given Monaghan now a massive lifeline going into the last weekend.
I felt, I suppose, Roscommon, when they went 5 points clear, it looked like they went into that very defensive shape to try and hold on to that 5 point advantage. They invited Monaghan onto them. Probably, in hindsight, it was the wrong thing to do. It's easy to say that when they come back at you, but when you have players like Hanley and Fleming and them up front, when they were driving forward and they were getting rewards, that they just didn't keep going.
Yeah, I really, what
Maybe
I mean,
we're taking credit away from Monaghan that made them change.
Yeah, well, yeah, true. But I do think when you go to, like you said at one stage, like everyone was back inside when Monaghan was only, and there was still 4 in at that stage, and they felt like, right, we're 4 up, let's go along and just try and defend this lead. And it's dangerous territory. There was 9 or 10 minutes left at that stage, and they could have lost the game if Jodie had scored that point just before they equalised it. That would have been the winning point there. So, Roscommon are lucky to get something out of it, but they really were foolish because they sent everyone back. And if they'd even left like Hanley up, it would have been someone to kick the ball up to, and she might have drawn a free or sort of slowed down the play. Like, so it ended up you lost the benefit of those players up front because they were kind of in the middle and lost in transition nearly. But I really thought Rachel Fitzmaurice was immense the whole game, and her runs from deep. I thought when
Roisin win as well, number 7, I thought was superb.
And also when Murren Atkins got the sin bin, Niamh Feeney went back. Niamh Feeney went back as that extra player, and she stood sort of, and she won the ball and set up driving runs too. And that was kind of when Roscommon got the most scores out of that kind of that period of time. But probably for their detriment, they went trying to defend that lead then.
Well, let's go down to the last weekend to see who will be dropping into Division 3. But Monaghan, you would feel, are in the strongest position. Roscommon must win against Laois, the intermediate All-Ireland, current intermediate All-Ireland champions. Monaghan, they go to Westmeath. A point will do them. They're safe. But defeat, if Roscommon don't get the win, Monaghan will be safe.
Monaghan will be safe, yeah. And I mean, I suppose it's just the way that the league has gone. It's been very competitive at times, and then it's just leaving it a real dog fight for the last couple of games. And it's Monaghan are going to be going to Westmeath, but I suppose they'll take a lot of heart out of today's game, Alan. Do you know what I mean? I think they were probably disappointed with the Tipperary game in Maracloon. They were disappointed with the Cavan game, just thrown away. It'll show great heart and great determination, and it'll give them a lift, a bit of a boost, and going into the last weekend. Whereas Roscommon, I think their heads will be further down. I know that's their first points on the board.
But 5 points up.
But to be 5 points up and effectively, we're not going to take away from Monaghan, but effectively throw it away because they tried to defend the lead. So
there was 7 minutes of normal time remaining. They led 13-8.
So that's that's it. And I mean, I think the weather had a bit of an effect on it too. It really got slippy and slidey, and in fairness, Monaghan turned over a load of ball and they really started to work. And I do feel, I mean, we talked about this before, Alan, the last time with the Tipperary game. Monaghan's work rate is very, very good, but it needs to be work rate in defence, but it needs to be all over. And I think when Monaghan's forwards started to push up in the kick out and make Roscommon work for the kick out, that's when they got something out of it. So they'll have to look to that for the Westmeath game.
Well, Niamh, thank you very much for joining me on co-commentary this afternoon. It's finished all square. Roscommon have their first point on the board, but they'll be bitterly disappointed they're not heading back to Connacht with all 3 points and heading back to the west, because they led with 7 minutes of normal time to go. They led by 5 points. But credit to Kieran Cairns' Monaghan. They come back, and thanks to the young Castleblaney girl, Jodie McQuillan, who had 3 of the last 5 points, including the equalising score, with the free from a very acute angle in the 32nd minute of that second half. It's finished here in Air Oak in Smithborough. Thanks to Damien on camera, Niamh on co-commentary, Jamie back at base from all the Mackey FA team and LGFA. It's goodbye from Smithborough on the final score in the Little Ladies National Football League Division 2. Monaghan 13 points, Roscommon 13 points.
We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. you're good enough, and thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.